Miriam's not late. She's grabbing her stuff. Well, I'm Chris. I'm one of the co-founders, president, and the technical guy behind Keto Chow. If you're brand new to Keto Chow, it's a nutritionally complete meal designed to make doing keto easy. We also have some electrolyte supplements that are amazing for everyday use and for keeping the dreaded keto flu away.
Put my shirt somewhere.
Okay.
Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the little bell icon for daily updates. I mean, not daily updates, but just some updates of our Keto Chow happenings. Thanks so much for joining us on our keto journey. Sorry, I missed a few words.
That's okay.
I was thinking about microphones.
Looks like Dennis is here, so is Betsy and Ed. LaShawn is here, and Ready Set Keto says hello, people.
Hello.
Rick Wen is here. Let's see. Bum, bum, bum.
I have never been so annoyed by how dirty my glasses are, except for like this week.
Pat says hi. Glenda says hello, everyone. Meg's little house in the country is here from Blackfoot, Idaho.
Hello, Meg.
And Dennis is on from West Valley City.
Hi,
there
Dennis.
you go. Cindy's here.
That's where I grew up, West Valley.
That just on the border of Magna. Platte River Keto's here. Heather says hello from Canada.
Hello, Heather.
We took a bunch of photos, family photos, with Canadian flags.
That's right.
One of our daughters is temporarily moving to
Canada.
Edmonton. Joe Ray says, good evening. I'm glad you caught you guys. It's been a while.
Yeah,
It has
we
indeed.
miss you. How
Janet's
are
here
you
from
doing?
Tennessee.
Hi, Janet.
We're going to be in Tennessee in 24 days.
Heck yes.
Because we're going to be there for the Proper Human Diet Summit, which we are
sponsoring.
we're doing the live stream. In fact, my main priority tomorrow is to schedule the stream on the Keto Chow YouTube channel so that people will know where to go.
All righty.
And what to do. And I'm scheduling a backup stream just in case. Adra says, hi you too. Marina is here. We'll see. Shauna is here as well.
Hi, Shauna.
Marie says, hi there, bears. Kelly, Michigan says, good evening. Sitting here drinking a raspberry cheesecake.
Nice.
So yummy.
I had an orange cream today at the doctor's.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Because I had breakfast when I was taking Sam to the allergist this morning.
Yeah. I had leftover meat from April.
Wow.
That I microwaved.
It was frozen?
It was frozen.
I had fresh brisket for lunch, which was better than your frozen brisket.
Okay. Robin's here from Texas. Denise says, hey, hey. Lori says, hi from upstate New York.
Hi, Lori.
Not downstate New York. And Janice is here from Delaware. Theresa's here. Bonnie says, hi, y'all. Karen says, Miriam, looking good.
Thank you.
Platte River Keto's looking for cooler weather soon. Looks like Carrie is here.
Oh my goodness, I'm so tired of sweating. I feel it. I feel it.
Lori's here from Vancouver Island.
Hi, Lori.
Becca's here. So is
Hi, Becca. Hi, Cindy.
Dr. Maitreya.
Hi, Maitreya.
Let's see. Laura's here as well. Rasmar. Stacy and Mike from Baysville, New Jersey are here.
Ooh, Stacy and Mike.
Welcome. Let's see. Bob says, hi, Chris and Miriam. S. Cash is here as well. Missed my workout earlier today, so just finished squeezing one in tonight.
Good job. I need to do one too. I have been shirking.
Cindy says, love my creamy with Keto Chow. I did not have a creamy today.
Sad.
I had meat,
creamy.
and then I didn't want to eat meat again for lunch.
Oh.
Because it wasn't
meaty
thawed
Wednesday?
yet. It was frozen, and I didn't want to. I'm mixing old brisket that was cooked way too long and is super dry with Lazy Engineer beef. Because that tends to be really, really juicy. But because it wasn't thawed, so at right about lunchtime, I mixed up a chocolate Keto Chow and just stuck it in the fridge. And then I had that later on. Lynette's here. Hope you all had a fantastic Tuesday. Let's see. Jason says, hey, Keto friends.
Hi, Jason.
Nice. Well, this is watching you on my phone and baseball on my TV.
Yes.
Baseball, to me, baseball is one of those things that is so much fun to play. I don't like watching baseball.
Buy my some peanuts
It's
and
fun to play.
Jacks.
Wanda's here. Linda says, hi from Jackson, Tennessee.
I don't care.
Where in Tennessee will you be? We will be at the
I don't even know.
Proper
Human
human diet summit.
Are you on your email?
Maybe. Okay, let's see. So Well, I can go to lowcarbevents.com, but let's just go to proper human diet.
That's a good idea.
PhDsummit.com. So 24 days.
24
It's
days.
in Nashville, Tennessee.
Oh, Nashville.
There's Ken. There's Nisha.
Oh, I'm itching my nose.
They don't have an agenda yet. I have an agenda.
But they have speakers.
They do have speakers. Oh, I need to find out
hang out
what
with my
time it's
peeps.
starting. The
We
issue
should find out
is,
what time it's starting.
yeah, general admission is sold out. VIP is sold
But you
out
can
as
join
well.
virtually.
You can join virtually, and it will be on the Keto Chow YouTube channel for free.
Freezies.
Let's see. Cindy says, waiting for my big bag of orange cream to come in. Nice.
Oh, yeah.
Bob had a raspberry cheesecake keto chow for dinner.
Yes.
Dennis says, is there
Bob,
a
we got
Planet
your
Fitness in
package.
Edmonton? I have no idea.
No, we did. Oh,
What?
we got his package. I'm talking to
Oh,
somebody.
yes, Bob.
You're talking to somebody else.
Yes, we got Bob's package. No, I read Dennis's thing. He wanted to know if there's a Planet Fitness. I have no
I don't
idea.
know.
I think that's a U.S. company. Dr. Matrey says, no, won't be surprised, but I have s'mores made up for tomorrow. By the way, Bob, thank you very much for the package.
Yeah, that was so nice.
Let's see. Deb is here. Nancy says, hi, you two cuties. I'm here from San Diego. Oh, we didn't get to go to San Diego. That's today.
Oh, that is.
But because we're not in San Diego, one of our neighbors, their son died.
Oh, yeah, we
And
get to help out with the funeral.
We. Yes, we do.
Yeah, we do.
We're together.
Yeah, we're together.
Anyway,
Because we help out.
I'll be doing the live stream for that. It's
I didn't know
insane.
you were helping too.
Oh yeah.
I'm helping with the food.
Oh, well,
So
we
we're
are
both
helping.
helping.
Yes. So
We can be helpful.
Mike Peterson asked me today. He's like, "Hey, can you dust off your live streaming equipment and do the live stream of the funeral?" I
It's
said,
not
"Yes,
full of dust.
yes, I can." It's insane to me how much places charge to do a live stream of a funeral. Like
Yeah.
insane, like $3,000 insane.
Are we gonna have enough time to do that?
Yeah, we have nothing going on Saturday morning.
Oh, that's right. It's in the morning. Our
10:30.
Afternoon.
Sure is.
I thought it was in the morning. I was getting mixed up.
Yep.
We got other stuff going on too.
And Robin says I made homemade soup with beef soup keto chow and egg white bread with
Nice.
apple pie keto chow this week. Wow.
Oh, I'm so excited for soup season.
Nice.
Yes.
Jan says, just want you to know USPS has a network system on the internet that updates me every day when shipments are in transit. So much better.
Nice.
That is, what's it called?
USPS
Informed
awesomeness?
delivery.
Ooh.
Yes, it's very nice. They
That's
send
so
you
nice.
a email with scans of the envelopes that you're getting that day.
That's what you get. I don't
I
get
do.
that because I'm not as cool as you.
I mean, I can send them to you
That's
if you
okay. I
want.
don't want it.
Rhonda says, good evening, Bears and
I
Chow
like to be
fam.
surprised.
Shauna says, I have buckhorn tri-tip. I had my $10 birthday
Ooh.
credit, so my pound of tri-tip was only 15 instead of 25. Nice. Sheldon's here. Tried my Ninja Creamy last night and had chocolate peanut butter. It was simply amazing.
That's awesome.
Sean says watching baseball is like watching paint dry. Kind of, yeah.
You guys.
Becca says lazy engineer beef has become a favorite in my house. Me too. Let's see. Ed says hello from just north of Nashville.
Ooh.
Amy is here from Minnesota.
Hi, Amy.
And Teresa is going to go to the PhD. Nice. We will
Yes,
be there
we'll
as
see
well.
you. Oh,
With
I
our
can
daughter,
give you a
Kate.
hug.
And Margie says hello, Chris and Miriam. Janet says I'm 45 minutes from Jackson. Nice. Let's see. Bob says, I'm glad it finally arrived. Enjoy it. I will. Shauna says, dust off. It's from weekly use. Yes, but the one that the stuff that's here at home, I just leave set up because we just use it every Tuesday night, and it's a pain to take down and put back up. But because I was taking it to our church to do the live stream every Sunday, I was having to pack everything up and then move it back and forth. So, yeah, it actually has gotten just a little dusty.
Yeah, because it's been like 2 months.
Yep. Yeah, LaShawn says that's a new thing, doing a video of a funeral. About 2 years ago, it became the thing.
Well, really, it's so great if
It
you
is.
can do that. But yeah, it's so expensive.
Yep. And then when it's done, I say, here's the recording.
Here you go. I don't want to hold on to this.
Sean says, I appreciate when a good friend who passed a couple months ago in Texas being able to join live from California.
Yeah.
Julie's here from Chicago.
Hi, Julie.
Let's see. Mike says, hello, Chris and Miriam. His avatar is now his hat.
Wow.
Carrie says, I thought watching golf was like watching paint dry. It is. Both of them are. Rhonda says, 3 top companies with the best customer service: Chick-fil-A, Amazon, and Chick-fil-A. Give them huge raises. Miriam and Chris, they're gems. We actually hired 2 new customer service people this week.
Yes.
One started yesterday and one started today.
They're so cute.
Okay, that's weird. Betsy says, my niece came to help me clean today. I noticed that she was scrubbing Keto Chow spots off the cupboards.
Oh, what a sweetheart.
I have those. Actually, I've done a
Yeah.
pretty good job at getting them cleaned up. It happens when I don't put the lid on the
Weird.
blender.
Weird.
She says, everyone, good evening, everyone. How's everyone doing? I'm doing well. And Rhiannon is here
good.
as well.
Hi, Rhiannon.
So, why do you
You
always
ready to
put your
get to-
phone on top of that?
Because I like my phone. I miss it when it's not
Okay,
by
Miriam,
me.
can you make Keto Chow with ice?
Yeah. But you also need water.
Okay, that's true. You would also need water. I'm going to dismiss that so it doesn't keep on bugging me.
Okay.
But how would you make it with ice?
So you'd probably just put half the water in that you would mix it, and then you put it in a blender and mix it with ice.
Okay.
Wouldn't you suggest something like that?
Joe and Rachel, and by the way, they just joined. They would usually mix up the butter and the keto chow with a
together
little bit of water
Yeah.
and get that mixed.
That makes sense.
And then add the ice and water. So there you go.
Yep, I'm sure they have a video too. We've
They
seen
do
the
have a video.
so.
It's their how to make keto chow ice cream
a
with
blender.
a Vitamix. Yep. Mike says it's a hat selfie. It's technically my whole head, but I tried to feature the hat. There you
Oh,
go.
yes. Well, it sure features the hat.
Yep. Had a lot of fun watching Joe and Rachel's exogenous ketone video today.
Oh, yeah.
You only got to see part of it because you had meetings.
Yeah, I had meetings, and then I left early to go shopping with Kate.
That's right. Sean says, you know what's not like watching paint dry? The Keto Chow Live. That's right.
Oh, yeah.
Meg says, when my aunt in Nampa passed away last year, I was able to watch her funeral on the linked YouTube channel for her reward. Technology can be so helpful at times.
Yeah.
Jamie's here from Martinsburg,
Jamie.
West Virginia. Nice. And Joe put the link to the Keto Chow
Thanks,
butter
Joe.
ice cream.
That's so nice.
Hey, Mimi. How's it
Did
going?
you tell them we're going to go in a day early to the PhD so we could play?
I gave Joe my entire itinerary.
Do you want to play?
Like what time we're landing, the whole deal. Joe and Rachel are
You're
going to
not
be...
going to stay with us.
No, because they're staying at the speaker house,
So lame.
which we've been invited to come over and like
Hang on.
say hi to them.
You mean come over and bring dinner?
But I don't know. But
Something I would like to do.
yeah, we're not staying there because it was just going to be Miriam and I, but we're bringing our Kate now.
Our Kate.
Lori says, I received my Keto Chow order of mineral drops. Thanks for explaining why the mineral drops are not available in Canada through Switch Grocery.
yes,
You are welcome.
Yes.
Resmer says, we're sitting here eating Red Licorice creamies, and Mike is saying how much he likes your shirt. Nice.
Yes.
This is not a drill. I get compliments on this shirt all the time. Okay, Tia says, hello from the San Francisco Bay Area. Learning to do keto. Keto Chow is a meal replacement. Dr. Barry says, I should buy your everything.
Well, that works out.
Yes, so the
We
short...
want to sell you everything.
The short version is, if you're familiar with Ensure, it's Keto Chow
That's not
kind of like that, but way better. It's designed to be a total meal replacement where if you eat it, you won't get a nutritional deficiency because you don't have the time to cook,
Yep.
which is why we made Keto Chow. Is it better for you to cook a brisket?
Yes.
Absolutely. Do you always have the time and the energy to cook a brisket?
No.
What about bacon?
Sometimes.
Sometimes you don't even have the time and energy to do that.
But it's nice because you can make a whole bunch, put them in your fridge. We make
Yep.
them on like Sunday nights, and then they just last all week long, and we just grab them when we need them.
Yep.
I usually have them for breakfast or lunch at work, and then I have whatever. Either I fast through breakfast, or I'll have lunch made
Yep.
at work, and I like.
Well, and
doing
back to my lunch today at work. I forgot to bring anything. My choices were to go to Apollo Burger and get a Utah burger, which would have taken me about 15 to 20 minutes of driving.
Also,
I could have gone to Buffalo Wild Wings.
Yeah.
30 minutes of driving.
That's a long time to wait.
I could have gone to
for.
some other restaurant, or I could take literally less than 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Stick it in the fridge, come back about 15 minutes later, and I drank it while I was working. It was that
Yeah,
easy.
if you know Chris, he doesn't want to quit working.
Well, I just had so much to do.
Yeah.
Oh, Too Crazy Keo says we're getting in on Wednesday, so yes. Let's see. Cindy says Nashville is a nice place to play. And Rama says Kate was a great sit-in while you were out of town.
Oh yeah, she was so cute.
Too Crazy Keo says Speaker House is going to be amazing. Us, Autumn, Kim, and Nurse Cindy. Nurse Cindy was pretty funny during Joe and Rachel's
Nurse
exogenous
Cindy.
ketone video today.
I love her.
Matt says it's 38 days until Ketopalooza. There you go. And Too Crazy Keo's put the link to get information about the PhD Summit. Let's see. Shauna says, or it's too hot in the kitchen to cook with brisket or bacon. You are
Oh
correct.
yeah, it's hot.
Okay, Karen wants to know, does Keto Chow have MCT powder included
Oh,
in
that's
the
a
ingredients?
good question. It does not have MCT powder.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of shakes do, so that's something good to bring up. Thanks. We decided we wanted to make Keto Chow so that you add your own fat. So it does make it harder to mix because you have to kind of figure that out yourself. But because you can figure it out yourself, you can put it to the macros that you want to be. So you can have your protein be your goal,
Yep.
your carbs be your limit, and then your fat be that lever
Yep.
that you can move.
You can put as much fat or as little, and the whatever kind you want. You can use MCT or
Yep.
not.
Yep.
MCT tends to cause my triglycerides to go up and my HDL to go down, which for me is an undesirable result. But other people want to use MCT because it increases their ketones, and they may be treating a neurological condition which benefits from higher ketones.
Yes.
So
Yeah,
There
so
you go.
that video Joe and Rachel did today was really helpful
It was
for that
very
too,
interesting.
just to kind of see.
Too Crazy Keo says, or you eat it as part of your dinner in the form of ice cream. Yep.
Yeah.
Exchange Student says DoorDash. I have only ever used DoorDash when we are at a conference.
That's true. We've used
And
DoorDash.
I don't have the time to leave and come back. And I have only ever used DoorDash to order Buffalo Wild Wings
Oh, really?
and Carl's Jr. Those are the only two things
that's
I've
funny.
ever ordered.
I don't
And-
think I've ever used it.
Yeah, the problem is I have a philosophical opposition to DoorDash because our children, instead of riding their bike a half mile down the
walking.
road, will order DoorDash. And I'm like, guys, cut it out. I actually looked into, is it possible to blacklist your address from DoorDash? It is, but you have to
Nope.
violate their terms of service.
We're not going to do that.
I'm not going to do that. Let's see, Cindy says I made a whole bunch of...
They're just going to have to be fine.
Yeah, I made a whole batch of bacon and beef jerky, but keep a keto chow for any time. There you go.
Yes.
Tia says I'm going to get some to make ice cream. Well, and you know, the thing is, as an ice cream mix, keto chow is almost without
It's
peer.
good. Yeah.
It's really good. Too Crazy Q says, and it's cheaper than a Utah burger and better nutrients. I would rather eat a Utah burger, but I didn't have the time. And
To drive over there. Also,
Yeah.
at lunchtime, they're super crowded.
at this point it was like, well, no, that was at lunchtime. So
So you don't want to go
And they
to,
always mess it up.
Utah Burger. They don't always mess it up. They just only mess it up at lunchtime.
yeah. Lynn says, hi everyone, Keto Chow minerals are giving me morning energy.
Yay,
Nice.
I'm so glad.
Exchange Student says I'd pick a Utah burger, but I'm an out of towner and never had one. It was really funny though. At the Omaha event, a couple
Yeah.
people came up to me and they're like, hi, I'm blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, deer in the headlights. And they're like, and this is my YouTube handle. I'm like, oh!
Yay.
Let's see. Cindy says, does the Daily Minerals have iodine?
Yes, it does.
It does, along with chromium and a bunch of other
Molybdenum.
stuff. Molybdenum? I don't remember.
Molybdenum.
Let's see. Janice says, go Too Crazy Heels. That's right. Lori says, how long after the MCT oil did it take for your triglycerides to go back down?
Oh,
Fewer than a week. Less than a week?
yep.
Yeah. Let's see. Karen says, I did not know MCT affected triglycerides. Thank you for the information. So That's something that Dave Feldman has noticed when people are doing the Feldman protocol to lower their LDL cholesterol. It having a lot of MCT and coffee tends to confound the results and give people results that they're not looking for. So he recommends avoiding both of those. Janet says, yeah, I knew it was Joe, right? Shane Student says, I had a bunch of DoorDash credit. That's the only reason I've ever ordered. I usually pick up myself, cheap to pay delivery tip. Yeah, right. Minerva says, when will you bring back Red Licorice?
Oh.
So we don't ever announce ahead of time when we are going to have in or release or bring back different flavors. And there's a couple of reasons for that. Number one, we haven't even had a meeting to decide if we're going to bring that one back. That was originally, so the Red Licorice was a mistake.
It was a joke.
It was supposed to be black licorice, but they sent me red licorice instead. And when I smelled it, I'm like,
it was a delicious
I was
mistake.
like, what the heck? We got to have this. And the black
okay.
licorice was meant to be a joke to troll Joe
I kind of
from
want
Two
some
Crazy
of that
Ketos.
as ice cream right now, though.
What, the black or the red?
The black.
Oh.
Where is it?
Who are you?
I don't even have
That's
it.
weird. Anyway.
I like black licorice.
Okay. So we haven't even had the meeting to talk about if we're going to bring it back. And part of the reason for that is right now, our big issue is we don't even have acacia gum enough to produce all the stuff that we want to make. Which is why, well, caramel macchiato singles literally came back in stock, what was it, yesterday?
Today. Oh, maybe
it was
yesterday.
Yeah.
Yesterday.
Woo,
woo.
And we're struggling because we can only produce so many meals. And so we're prioritizing the stuff that is already available that people have subscriptions to.
Yep.
And so it kind of put...
It's hampering our fun.
Yeah, it put a lot of the fun stuff on hiatus until we can get that taken care of. So that also brings up the question of someone, who was it? When is pumpkin spice caramel and eggnog by extension going to be back in stock?
When we say it is.
Sometime in the fall.
Yeah, the leaves aren't falling here yet, so although
will be
I have
coming.
been buying fall colored
Yes.
clothes.
Yeah, pumpkin spice caramel and eggnog will be back.
And I got fall colored toenails. You can't even see my leg.
my
You can't even see it. I can't
Use
get
your
my leg.
other foot.
Oh yeah.
You've got two of
I
them.
have two of those. See?
There they are.
It's orange.
Anyway.
It sparkles.
So there you go. Kelly says, watch Labor Day sales people for your steaks and burgers to load up on. Oh, that's a good idea.
Oh yeah.
LaShawn says, my oldest son is the king of Uber Eats. Let's see. Sean says, I still have visions of Rachel eating Keto Chow ice cream in her tub.
Yeah. I want to do that.
Let's see. Shane says, got a surprise for us tomorrow or soon? Nope. Oh, and yes, Mike points out, for people that don't know, MCT is medium chain triglycerides. Cindy says, thank you. I only got a little bottle. I can't read. I do have the big bottle coming with the orange cream. I've been using it every morning and I feel better.
Oh, good.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's super helpful. It's funny because I'll go without having the minerals for a while and then I'm like, why do I not feel so good? Oh, I just need my salt in the morning. And I just get up in the morning and I have a big old glass of ice water or soda water that has ice in it. And I put squirts of minerals in there and I just feel so much better.
Mike says, have that meeting.
Okay.
LaShawn says, there you go. We need blueberry pie before licorice.
Right.
Again, and that's the reason why we sold out of blueberry pie so fast. In addition to everybody wanted it, we only had half as much as we really wanted to have.
What a pain.
Exchange Student says, I'd eat Keto Chow ice cream in the tub. Right. Yeah. People like
down.
your toes. Nice. Margie says, I can't wait for pumpkin spice caramel and eggnog to be in stock.
Yeah, pumpkin is so good. I have been actually craving apple pie. I think I'm going to make some apple pie this week.
We have a big bag of that.
I know. I keep seeing it.
In fact,
thinking,
it's unopened.
And
What?
I'm out of Keto Chow.
Ah.
So I need to make some.
Okay.
I'd see if Kate's out too, then maybe we can mix together.
So Tricia had a question. So I placed my first order with Keto Chow, and I'm excited for it to arrive. Any advice for a newbie?
Okay, so how are you planning to mix it, for one, is what I would ask. And if you don't have a plan, I would just do the 4 ounces of heavy cream
It's
and
the easiest way to get started.
15 ounces, 20 ounces of water, and then see how you like it. Mix it the night before, and then leave it in the fridge because then it's yummy.
Don't be afraid to mix up a couple of them, even if you have to transfer them to other containers, like mason jars. Miriam always likes to tell people to start with the flavor you think you'll like the least.
And you might be surprised.
Don't be afraid to, if it's too thick, add some water. If it's too salty,
sweet, add some salt.
And if it's too sweet, you can also just add water. Adding water tends to fix about 90% of the problems that people have with Keto Chow. And a lot of that is a bit my fault because it used to say add 14 ounces of water, and people interpreted that as
bring it up to the 14-ounce line, but you actually need to add more than that. So
yeah, now it says like
1.5 cups.
I think it says add 2.
1.5 to 2 cups.
Yeah, 1.5 to 2 cups
Don't you have
of
your
water.
package memorized?
Nope.
Where's the secret package?
Secret packages. There's some over here. Shauna says the blueberry pie cheesecake fluff I made was super good. Found some high-key vanilla cookies for dippers.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah, Minerva wants that meeting on the calendar too. Exchange Student says I made the apple fritter bread. Fantastic.
Yes.
Now wondering whatever
so
the flavor
good.
would be great because I have no more apple pie.
Oh, do snickerdoodle. That'd probably be good.
That would probably work really well.
Yeah. Add some apple pie spice.
Mike says I'm eating some hybrid banana keto chow egg pudding, egg gelatin pudding.
That sounds good. I like the egg pudding.
Lynette had pudding for lunch today.
Yeah, she did.
A giant thing of pudding.
Chocolate and some boiled eggs. That's great.
Gina says I have to ice my hands, but I'll be ear hustling. Bye.
Oh yeah. How are you doing? Are you healing? I hope so.
Janice says I was in Salt Lake City for my daughter's volleyball championship
You were
at the Olympic venue. Skated in the Olympic Oval.
Oh, that's where we used to live.
We did used to live right there.
Oval, right by it.
When the Olympics were happening in Salt Lake,
Yes.
I worked next to the awards pavilion,
Yes.
like literally a block away, and we lived right next to the speed
Olympic
skating oval. So it was just weird.
It was really nice because now, not now, but when they built it, we had this cool place, and it was not expensive, and we could go play.
As far as I know, aside from the bobsled,
pretty much anytime.
everything else is still in use.
Yeah.
In fact, the bobsled run might still be in use.
Yeah.
Janice says pumpkin spice and everything
I don't
nice.
go bobsledding on the weekends.
Nope. Shauna says I feel about pumpkin spice caramel how Rachel and Miriam feel about grape.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Exchange Student says bummer. I think the soup is good. Oh yeah, the pumpkin sausage soup.
Pumpkin sausage soup
is.
We should make some of that tomorrow.
We have some of the stuff left. We do have stuff in the freezer. We need to shop in our refrigerator first.
I have a meal plan. Did you look at it? Every Tuesday night is freezer surprise.
Okay, but tonight I also heated up the pork chops that were there from
I saw that.
Friday or
Yeah, we need to clean out the fridge.
Yes, we do.
I keep meaning to do it, and then I'm like,
yeah, Joe says, fill to the threads on the blender bottle.
Yes.
Mary says, my husband and I love it with heavy whipping cream and water. Leave it overnight, waiting for my second subscription to arrive.
That's so awesome. Thank you, Mary.
And Shauna says, I think it's the cloves that she's not fond of.
Oh,
nice.
yeah.
Christy Davis is here. Welcome.
Hi, Christy. How are you?
And that says chocolate pudding. It was great. Renee Keo says, Emily made apple pie cheesecake over the weekend. Of course, it was awesome.
Of course.
Facebook keeps on telling me I should add Emily as a friend. And so I keep seeing her picture. The issue is I don't friend women on Facebook.
I know. You're so funny.
Too many X chromosomes.
Yeah, he lives in girl
Too many
land.
X chromosomes that aren't yours. Anyway.
I friended her on Facebook.
And that's great. You can tell me what's going on. Cindy says, how come my surprise box was different from those on the YouTube channels I watch? I love the ones I got, but was really surprised. It depends on
the month that you get it in, right?
So if you watched an unboxing for the August and you ordered in August, you should have gotten similar to that. Now here's the thing. Most of the unboxings that you see on YouTube are of the 30 meal.
Yep. And so if you got a different size
If you got the 20
box,
or the 60
you
or the
will
90.
have a lot of those things, but not exactly the same, depending
Correct.
on what box you got. So if you got the 21, then you're going to have those flavors, but they're not going to be in the bulk bags. So
Amber says down 10 pounds in 7 days.
Amber, wow,
Keto Chow, that's amazing.
Crazy.
As Cash said, custard pie flavored Keto Chow would be tasty.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what that would be. That just sounds like vanilla
Yeah.
with some additional stuff added.
And a pie.
Janice says, I put it in your favorite coffee. Jason says, I love the clove. Remember the old clove gum? I do remember that.
Wow. Yeah.
Janice says, tomorrow is National Waffle Day.
Oh, we should have waffles.
We had waffles on Sunday.
I made them. I
Yes,
was
you
there.
did.
They were good.
Chrissy
Second
says,
batch
we've been
wasn't as
all
good as the
sick,
first.
so last week has been rough. I'm very glad I'm well enough to catch the live.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm glad you were able to
Sick.
catch it too. For some reason, that just reminded me, somebody passed out last night while we were watching the weather.
I didn't pass out. I fell asleep. That's not the same thing.
Janice says, heat up your stufflers. We should make some stuff with the stufflers.
Oh.
We used
You
it that
should make
once.
some stuff with the stufflers, and I should eat it.
Right. Andrea's here as well. Let's see. Carrie says red licorice mixed with black licorice. I'm not sure how that would
Oh,
turn
I don't
out.
know. It
See, you
tastes
could
good.
make the ice cream and make a swirl afterwards because you would want to have it distinct.
You could make it into like a Jello pudding and then do a black and then a red and then a black and then a red later.
Janice does olive juice in the minerals. That's an interesting way to do
That's a
it.
good idea.
Good way to get some additional
Or you could do pickle
iron.
juice.
I think the black is from iron in the olive
Olive
juice.
juice?
Yeah. Cindy says I ordered it in July and got it in August. That's interesting. Did you order it at the very end of July? Because at that point you should have gotten the July
Or
box.
were you editing it in July and your receive date was in August?
You can always contact our customer
Yeah,
service.
they'll help
They'll be
you.
able to give you actual.
Yeah, because we don't really know. We're just guessing.
Mike says I friend men and women on Facebook, but I'm not overly friendly. Brittany Sekio says she gets friend recommendations for Chris also and doesn't add him for the same reason. Apparently we are friends.
Yeah, you guys are tight.
That's hilarious. Oh man. Sean says vanilla bean or pure vanilla extract. Yeah, that might do it. Sean says there is a lemon custard recipe on the Keto Chow site. Julie says, hi all, are you only doing lives a couple times a week now?
Yes. Yeah, we decided to stop doing it so that we could spend more time with the kids and stuff. So we're just doing it Monday mornings and then Tuesday evenings.
Yep, and doing more produced videos instead of just
Yeah,
submitting
so
lives.
let us know if there's something cool you want us to try to do, and we'll see if we can figure it out. We've been releasing some. I have a good one coming out this week, and then a couple more that we edited. So you have to tell me if you would like them, because I'm nervous. I've been doing a lot of them without Chris, and I miss him.
Okay. Stephanie says, did I miss when the eggnog will be back in stock? We didn't make an announcement. We'll announce it as soon as it's ready to go, but we won't announce it ahead of time, unfortunately.
Yep, and that'll be fall time. And since it's still, August, it's still super hot.
Rhonda says, is the only difference between the electrolyte drops and the fasting drops the amount of sodium? I would like to order both since I'm fasting more.
It is the amount of sodium mostly, but also there's a lot less potassium and magnesium in the fasting drops.
Out potassium and added more sodium in the fasting
So there's
drops.
a lot of sodium
That's
in
it.
fasting drops, a tiny bit of magnesium and potassium.
Yep.
So it's pretty much all sodium. And then the electrolyte drops has all three.
Oh, Cindy says, I was glad for the box I got. So surprised as expecting what everyone else had. Not an apple pie fan. Ordered July 28th. No worry, I'm very happy with
man.
it. Okay.
Okay, well that's good.
Linda says my husband was sick last week.
Oh, what a bummer.
Others that he worked with tested positive. Julie is, it says, awesome, thank you. And Robin says, I wish you have a 10 surprise box.
I know, that'd be cool, huh?
I can only use so much. Well, you can do the 20 every other month
Yeah, that would work.
and just put half of it away and pull it out.
Right. It's like giving yourself a surprise.
Chrissy says, I've been really liking the videos you guys have been making lately.
Oh, thank you.
Michael says, I was in Salt Lake City a few weeks ago, and it totally slipped my mind that you were in Utah. We are. We're still in Utah.
You should come back.
Jamie says, hubby and I just finished our evening keto chow, husband's blood work, came back beautiful. He lost 14
Yes,
pounds. His
Jamie.
diabetes doctor was extremely pleased. waiting in our
I'm so
third order. Thank you so much.
Did he
That is
get
awesome.
medication reduced? Did they say? I don't know how
Fewer
long has it been?
medications is the best
Yeah, it's
non-scale
so
victory that
exciting.
there is.
Oh,
Pheno says, if I just drink half a shake, do I just calculate half the carbs? I'm gunning for lower
yes.
carbs.
Yeah,
You could do that.
You could do that.
Or just do 0.5 of a serving, and then
Yeah.
however much fat you added, do half of that.
Yeah, you could even make half the shake and fill it up with water so it feels like it's full, and then just
You
have
could.
some food with it.
It would be pretty.
It would be runnier.
I wouldn't do that.
I'm just saying.
John says, my chow autocorrect strikes again. Ren says, so can I just do electrolytes and get everything? Yes. Yes. In fact, most people, they just want the electrolyte drops. The fasting drops is more for people who have issues having too much potassium, usually because they're a kidney patient, or they want to just use the fasting drops for extended fasts instead of using like salt and other things. So I usually just use the electrolyte drops. S-Cash says, I'm splitting the dose of daily minerals in half and taking it morning and evening. But lately I'm waking up night with pain, not cramps in my legs. That sounds like you need more of just magnesium, would be my guess. Are the kids watching a movie downstairs?
Was that thunder?
No, that was the kids watching a movie downstairs.
Well, there was a movie on. I told them it was okay.
Yeah, as long as they started it before the stream.
I told her that.
Okay, let's talk about Best Buy dates. Denise wanted to know, I found an unopened bag of Keto Chow with the Best By date of January 2022. Is it still okay to use?
Well, we're actually recertifying all of the Keto Chow right now, and they've tested for longer use, so probably it would be fine.
It's actually tested to 4 years now.
We just haven't got them all re-stamped yet, but that should, like, if we had it, we would re-stamp it for 2024. So
so
they have been tested,
especially if it's unopened.
And good to go, but you can always do what you feel is best.
The date that was printed on there was, we could guarantee that the vitamins were good up until that date, but they were probably good beyond that date. And yeah, in actual real world tests, seems to be 4 years instead of 2. Okay, Jolene had a great question about protein. She said, that seems like a lot of protein per meal when 20% I'm supposed to do for the whole day. My percentages for the day is 70% fat, 5% carbs, 20% protein. Seems like it would be too much protein.
So my question for Jolene is she doing keto for a neurological disorder?
Like epilepsy or Alzheimer's or something?
If she is, then I completely understand why she would want to have, want to do that.
The lower protein.
But you probably would still be okay with that much protein. Another thing she'd have to consider, Keto Chow has, if she's doing total carbs, Keto Chow has like 7 carbs total per serving. So she would only want to do maybe 1, and then she'd have to do carnivore pretty much the whole day. So it maybe would be better to do like Keto Chow as pudding and then have half of it and then have that with a meal. Instead, we're having a similar problem. Kate has been doing Dr. Boz's brain protocol, and she is having to do total carbs right now, which is great because I've been doing a lot with her and I'm feeling really good. But she's can only have 1 Keto Chow a day. She can't have more than 1 because of the total carbs. So we've been playing with some experiments on our own end of lowering the acacia gum so that she can have more Keto Chow if that's what she wants. So it's just some things we've been playing with.
But one of the problems, the reason why Miriam said, if you are, in this case, Jolene, if she's using it for treating a neurological condition, is percentage macros are only applicable for the treatment of epilepsy and things like that. If you're not treating that, you want to use grams of protein, grams of carbs, grams of fat, because otherwise the percentages is so relative, it skews stuff. Also, there used to be a lot of misinformation about protein. To sum it up, people had this belief that protein turned into cake. And if you ate too much protein, It would raise your insulin. Anything you eat raises insulin. Literally anything. Even butter raises insulin. Moving on. But it would also raise your blood glucose. Protein's supposed to raise your blood glucose. Even fat raises blood glucose just a little bit. But there was this misconception that gluconeogenesis would be driven by eating too much protein. Gluconeogenesis can use just about anything to make glucose in your body. It can even use triglycerides. The glycerol that makes up triglycerides can also be used to fuel gluconeogenesis. So if you're worried about protein causing an increase in blood sugar, you should also be worried about fat if you want to get down into that. So a lot of times when people would calculate their macronutrients, how much protein they were going to be using, they would be getting really, really, really unsustainably low amounts of protein for the recommendation. Some people can have temporary success with the lower amounts of protein. Other people find that they start to lose their hair or that other body processes shut down. Some people do find that doing a very high fat with a lower amount of protein does materially improve their health. So it is a bit of a one size fits none.
It's what keto is good for you.
Yes.
But it is nice to have that new research about protein, because a lot of times, we have been afraid and we haven't had enough protein for our bodies.
Yep.
And when you're just looking at those numbers that way, like it's not as good. But also another thing to think about is when you have a bunch of fat here and here, you don't need to intake as much. Like when you first start, you want to take in fat. You're changing your body. You're telling your body to turn around and use fat instead of glucose. But after you're fat adapted, you can kind of put a little bit of the fat not on your plate so much, because you're going to start burning the fat that you have.
Yep. Yeah. So there you go. Let's see. Oh, Denise says it's been forever.
Hi.
Yeah, it has indeed.
How are you?
Jason says I'm fasting and have some magnesium drops last night. Fire, yes.
Oh, yes. Fire. Late last night when
Pino
I
says,
came back
I don't know who came up with the snickerdoodle, but you need a whole day dedicated to your honor. There you go. Janice says it will be great for beef, butter, bacon, and egg challenge with 2KK.
I want to do it. Let's do it.
Rhonda says my Keto Chow can date back to when Hector was a puppy. I'm still using them.
Who's doing a beef, butter, bacon, and egg challenge? I'm in.
Exchange Student wants to know how the Dr. Boss protocol is going.
It's pretty good.
Depends on how well she sticks to it.
Yeah, it's been pretty hard for her to get to the 20 carbs, which is funny because she's used to doing it, but I just think she was keto and not being quite as low. She doesn't have a problem with the fat, but it's interesting because now she can't have as many other things, and she's kind of getting sick of some things. But she doesn't like coconut oil, and so it's like, oh, there's only so much butter you can have before you get tired of butter.
Yeah.
But she's been having a lot of bacon.
Kim says, how about a coffee keto chow, no caffeine? We have two of those. We've got the caramel macchiato, and we've got the Irish cream.
Yes.
Let's see, Connie says there seems to be a lot of sodium in keto chow.
Yes.
Yes, there is, and that's there for a reason. Keto chow is designed to give you a third of all of your daily nutrients, including sodium. And if you've been on a keto diet for any amount of time, you'll find that your demand for sodium goes up a lot. If you don't have enough sodium, you will get headaches. You'll feel like you have no energy. They call it the keto flu. There are some people who genuinely have a lower tolerance for sodium. Like they have an actual physical problem. But most people who have high blood pressure need more sodium. Most people, they just need fewer carbs is the issue.
Yeah.
And the common belief in the medical community is that lower your sodium and it will lower your blood pressure. We have a lot of data that indicates the exact opposite of that is true. We actually had someone come up to us at the Omaha event that said that she's been increasing her sodium and it caused her legs to stop swelling.
Oh, yeah.
So anyway,
Which
that's
is funny because you'd think the opposite. Because sodium helps you retain water, which is why I like to take the salt pills right before I go to bed, because then I don't have to get up and pee in the night.
There you go.
It's a secret.
Yeah, so as far as sodium goes, a lot of people find the amount of sodium that's in Keto Chow, a lot of people find that that is not even enough, and that they will need to supplement anywhere from 1 to 6,000 milligrams, 1,000 to 6,000 milligrams of additional sodium a day, which is a lot. The key thing is to add a bunch of salt to your food, and if it tastes good to you, that's probably how much you need. So, Chrissy says, I absolutely love the 2KK custard with Keto Chow.
Yeah.
Betsy's missed my rants.
That's awesome.
Janice says, you guys are amazing. Dennis says,
Thanks,
I liked
Janice.
today's video by Thomas DeLauer on the same subject.
Oh,
Nice.
cool. Thanks.
Vito says, okay, Red, you calculate your protein by 1 gram per ideal body weight. So like my ideal body weight is 120, so I'd need 120 grams of protein per day. That is Two Crazy Ketos. Really simple version of how much protein you should eat in a day. Oh, is that Bronson's? So, and I actually had a discussion with our team. They said, hey, what's a very, very, very simple way to calculate how much protein you need? I'm like, take your ideal body weight, eat that many grams of protein a day. And they're like, but what about this? And what about that? And what about this? I said,
do the math.
Then do the math. Then use one of the calculators and figure it out. But if you want the simple version,
That's the simple
that's
version.
what you'd do.
Yeah, and I think part of that is really great, because if you're going to be doing 120 grams of protein, you're not going to have room for as many carbs. And if you're prioritizing protein, you're going to be getting nutrient-dense food, and a lot of the protein is going to have fat attached to it. And then you're going to be getting the fats you need. So you have some broccoli on the side, Brussels sprouts, asparagus, whatever, some cheese. And then you're going to be eating really well, because you're going to be full on the food that you're eating, which is meat.
Yep. There are so many puns in phenobarbital's name. It's hilarious. Anyway.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, Marie says, as a type 1 diabetic, I have to take insulin for both protein and fat. I calculate insulin for protein at 50% of what I would take for carbs, and fat is about 10%. Nice. Christy says, if I go below 100 grams of protein a day, my hair starts falling out again.
Gosh.
If I get enough protein for 2 or 3 days straight, it will stop.
Well, and that's great that you learned that about yourself. Like, I feel like this whole journey is just me figuring myself out, what works, and then trying to implement those things.
Mark wants to know, when will Grape be back?
Grape?
We haven't had a meeting about that one either.
Are we out of
It's in the
grape?
same boat as the licorice.
It doesn't matter. Grape is gross.
Chris says, I went to using whipped butter, and it's cheaper than regular butter. I know they put air in it. They actually also put water in it as well.
Oh, yeah.
At least most of the whipped butter. Marie says, they are much slower to raise blood sugar, though, so I have to spread that insulin out by about 3 to 5 hour period. That's interesting.
Wait, what is she talking about?
Dosing insulin for fat and protein.
Oh, okay.
Then it says, Dr. Ben Bickman might merely add that your liver defers to glucagon over insulin when glucagon is the greatest of the two hormones. That is correct. Fina says, Irish cream is amazing for coffee lovers. You're right. Yeah, Margie says, Two Crazy Ketos is doing a BBB and eating challenge, but not until September.
Oh, okay. Well, that's my birthday.
Let's see. Janice says, I do like Irish cream in my coffee. Mark says, help, I'm having grape withdrawals. Don't be afraid to add flavorings to the vanilla.
Yeah.
That's how we used to do it.
I can tell you, though, that grape is spot
The grape
on.
Zip Fizz.
Like that grape Keto Chow?
They taste like grape candy.
Spot on.
Ron says, I just got my new Keto Mojo and compared my glucose readings to my Keto Coach. And there was a 23 milligram difference.
That's
That
funny.
is
You know what?
interesting.
I noticed the Freestyle Libre just reads low on me. and I have to, every time I would do it, which I have it off, I took it off today, I just would have to calculate in my mind. Some of it was 20 and some of it was 30, and it was okay.
Yep.
I just knew that it was going to be off, and then I was fine with it.
Connie says, yeah, my sodium usually shows low on my blood test, so it's good to know. Interestingly enough, a lot of the times when your blood electrolytes are low, that indicates that you've been having a problem with electrolytes for months and months and months. So,
goodbye.
Karen says, salt pills? Yep. Janice says, I'm getting low. I need to order more Pheno. That's right. Let's see. Shauna says, I have a grape stash. Lynn says, thumbs up, Carrie. Carrie says, so Chris, is the whipped butter bad to use? No, it's not bad to use at all. Yeah,
These
the electrolyte tablets.
Salt
tablets.
Pills. Okay, they come in a bottle, but if you live in a humid place, I would get the package that has packages of 2.
Because you leave them open and exposed to humidity,
and it sucks in the water, and they crumble and turn into dust.
So Carrie asked, is whipped butter bad to use? No, as long as the ingredients are butter, salt, water.
Should be good.
The key thing to do would be just to look about how much fat is there per whatever you're using, and you're just going to have to do calculations and math to figure out how much to use. It'd be perfectly fine, especially if it's cheaper.
If it's cheaper and it's real butter, I wouldn't worry about the water. I would, and the air, I would just eat it.
Cindy says, we can only figure out what's best for ourselves with the help of others. Like watch and listen to all and figure out from there. There you go. Sean says, I love grape Keto Chow. Mike says, unpopular opinion. I like all the fruit flavors of Keto Chow. Everyone.
I actually do, except for grape.
I literally like all of them, including the peach.
I like the peach.
Guy says, being cherry turnovers with icing or cherry cheesecake.
You know what sounds good? Those peach pancakes.
Okay. Those are good. Cindy says, I know for a fact I live in a very humid place, 30 miles from New Orleans.
New Orleans.
Carrie says it's just salt and cream. Yep, there you go. Get it.
Nice. Perfect.
Let's see. Bob says, my doctor gave me 3 sample Freestyle Libre. 2 read 20 to 30 points high. The other one was spot on. And
I've had that a couple times.
They're more for just judging
and sometimes
trends.
they've been off. But you know what I noticed too? I put it on like this. And everybody in the videos puts it on like this.
Okay.
And then sometimes I'll sleep and I'll stretch my arm out and I wonder if it moves halfway through. I don't know. Because sometimes it reads really great and then 3 days later it doesn't.
Well, Exchange student like peach as Jello. Exposing Darkness is feeling really bad. I wonder if anyone else has experienced the same. Doing BB, B, and E and my heart rate is elevated. Wow, I've never tried that. Or never had that happen.
Yeah.
Kel says, I'm very careful with my electrolyte tablets. The only issue was one in my pocket that turned to dust. Oh, yes, it would.
Oh, I totally would.
Yeah, Shauna says, yeah, coming from Napa Valley, wine country, no grape tastes like actual grapes.
Yeah.
Fino says, I need to try the savory flavors, but I'm waiting until cold weather, which won't be until November. See, and here's the thing. That's why we don't sell as many of them during the rest of the year, and so they were just a seasonal thing, but we decided to bring them back in limited quantities during the rest of the year. Okay. One last question.
All right.
Someone asked, I was wondering if you have a conversion chart that can tell me how much Keto Chow to use instead of almond or another flour in recipes. Would it be 1 cup of Keto Chow for 1 cup almond flour? I don't know about the conversion for
I don't think they would convert
almond flour.
Over. But you could probably reduce the almond flour by half and use half like a chicken, or depending on if you're doing a sweet or a savory recipe.
Yeah.
We do have a lot of recipes on the Keto Chow site. So if you kind of comb through those, if you've done any of those before, you can kind of get an idea of how you could play with it. But I would just recommend you play with it.
Now, personally, I've found that a 1-to-1 replacement of pork panko, so ground up pork rinds, tends to be a perfect replacement for almond flour.
Yeah.
And then it's fewer carbs, it's more protein. Yeah.
And you know what? When we were in Costa Rica with Maria last February, she made her protein-sparing pizza recipe, and she made one with almond flour and one with pork panko.
Ah, yes.
And they were
Did she use the pork and good one? Nice. Well, because they were there. I thought it was so funny. They flew all the way to Costa Rica, and they were just there for like 2 hours.
Yeah. But hey, that's how we got to meet them. That was awesome.
Lou says, I'm drinking my Keto Chow. It's delicious. Nice.
Yay.
Janice says, the Mennonites here in McKenzie, Tennessee make a rolled butter, and it's so good.
Oh, that sounds amazing.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah.
Carrie says, cool, Janet. Rolling the butter. Andrew says, I'm so glad I bought extra bags of pumpkin, apple pie, and caramel macchiato. And Connie says, pork rinds rule.
Yeah, they do.
Is there anything else that you wanted to talk about?
I don't think so.
Oh, there was something that I wanted to talk about. I think it was the fact that we're going to be listing the streaming link for the PhD Summit
on our
probably
YouTube
tomorrow.
channel. Yeah.
If I can get it posted.
So tell all your friends on September 17th to tune in because it'll be amazing.
It will indeed.
Amazing.
Okay. Well, I guess that's it. Thank you, everybody, for joining us.
Yeah.
So we had fun. Hope you had fun.
We like hanging out with you. It's so fun.
All right. You guys have a good night, and we'll see you on Monday.
Bye.